welcome to Algebra 1/2 Lesson 18, Products of Primes in Cancellation. Remember what a prime number is? A prime number is a number whose only factors are 1 and that number. For example, prime numbers start with 2. 1 is not a prime number and 0 is not a prime number. But starting with 2, 2 can only equal 2 times 1. No other factors will equal 2. You can't multiply anything else, any other whole number, not a fraction, not a decimal, any other whole number, and get the answer of 2. Only 2 and 1 can be multiplied together to get you 2. Same thing with 3, 7, and so on and so forth. So, we can use our prime numbers to help us with reducing large fractions. Let's take a look at the board. Now my numbers up here turned out really, really light, so I'm going to go over them again in pink as I talk so you can see them better. So if I have 2 times 3 times 7 times 5 on the top, and then I have 2 times 3 times 7 times 7 here on the bottom. Okay? There are my numbers. Notice that I have some that are the same. I have 2, 3, and 7 here on the top, and 2, 3, and 7 here on the bottom. Those are the same. So let's multiply that together. 2 times 3 is 6, times 7 is 42. So these three numbers equal 42. Same thing here, 42 and 42. Well, 42 divided by 42 equals 1, right? Because anything divided by itself equals 1. So that means that these cancel each other out. So then we're only left with the 5 on the top and the 7 on the bottom. So really, we're just left with 5/7. So I reduced my fraction. Notice that all these factors are prime numbers. So I can use that information to reduce my fractions by writing my number as a product of primes and then getting rid of all of the pairs of numbers. Whatever I'm left over with is my reduced fraction. Let's take a closer look. 360 over 900. First, I'm going to find all the prime numbers, all the prime factors of 360. I'm going to use the ladder method. I'm going to start with my smallest prime factor that will go into 360, which is 2. I know that 2 will go into 360 because 360 is an even number. So 360 divided by 2 is 180. Divided that by 2, so we can still have 2 go into it, is 90. 2 can still go into 90. Your answer is 45. Okay, 2 can't go into 45, but 3 can. So I go to the next prime number, which is 3, and 45 divided by 3 is 15. 3 still goes into 15. 5 is a prime number, so I'm done. So here are all of my prime numbers. I have 3 2's, so 2 times 2 times 2. My 3 2's. I have 2 3's, 3 times 3. And I have 1 5. Okay, so there are all of my prime factors for 360. Now let's find them for 900. 900 is an even number, so we'll start with 2. 900 divided by 2 is 450. Divide that by 2. Because 450 is an even number. We get 225. Okay, so then no longer is an even number, so 2 can't go into it. My next prime number is 3. I'm going to use my divisibility rules to check if 3 can go into 225. Add up my factors. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 5 is 9. 9 is divisible by 3, so yes, 3 will work. 225 divided by 3 is 75. 75 is still divisible by 3. So that's 25. 25 is not divisible by 3, so I change to 5. 25 divided by 5 is 5. 5 is a prime number, so I'm done. Now I'm going to write these factors in my denominator. I have 2 2's, so 2 times 2. 2 3's, so times 3 times 3. 2 5's, 5 times 5. And I'm done. I have all my prime factors on there. Now I'm going to cancel out all of the ones that are the same. So I have a pair of 2's right here, and another pair of 2's right here. Now I have a 2 up here, but no more 2's down here. So I can't cancel out this 2. I can only cancel out these ones. Now I have 3's. I have a pair of 3's right here. Cancel those out. And another pair of 3's right here, so I'll cancel those out. Now I come over to my 5 up here. I have a 5 down here, so I'll cancel that. All I'm left with here is a 2, and all I'm left with here is a 5. So my final answer is 2/5. See how easy that is? It's actually kind of fun too, right? Okay, maybe not for you, but it is to me. So let's do the next one. This one's a little bit smaller. 42 over 78. Okay, let's start by prime factoring our numbers. So 42, the smallest prime factor that goes into 42 is 2. 42 divided by 2 is 21. 2 can't go into 21, but 3 can. 7 times. 7 is a prime number, so I'm done factoring. So I have 2 times 3 times 7. Now I'm going to do 78. 2 can go into 78. 39 times. 2 cannot go into 39, but 3 can. 39 divided by 3 is 13. 13 is a prime number. So I have 2 times 3 times 13. Now I can cross out my pairs. I have a 2 and a 2. I have a 3 and a 3. So all I'm left with is 7 and 13. And that's your answer. Now, let's pretend that this was a 2 instead of a 3. I just want to use this as an example. Okay, so let's say this is 3, but that's 2. So all you could cross out were your first 2's. Well then, what you would have to do is you multiply together whatever's left over. 3 times 7 is 21, and 2 times 13 is 26. And 21 over 26 would be your answer. But that's only if you have leftovers. You have more than one number. Then you multiply those numbers together to get your fraction. Okay, pause your video now to do your practice. Okay, you should be back from your practice. Letter A, you should have 14 over 15. Your prime factors in your numerator are 2, 2, 3, and 7. Your prime factors in your denominator are 2, 3, 3, and 5. You can get rid of one pair of 2's and one pair of 3's, so that you have 2 and 7 left in your numerator, multiplied together is 14, and 3 and 5 left in your denominator, multiplied together is 15. Letter B should be 15 over 41. You have 3, 5, and 7 in your numerator, and in your denominator, 7 and 41. Was that tricky? Was it hard to figure out that your prime factor that went into 287 was 7? Hopefully you checked them. Start with 2. If that doesn't work, go to 3. If that doesn't work, go to 5. If that doesn't work, go to 7. Just go up your list of prime numbers. Okay? So you could get rid of your 7. 3 times 5 is left over, 15. 41 is left over on the bottom, 15 over 41. Okay, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next lesson.